Today on Monson Made This, I am wrapping things up. Today I am making this super easy, quick, fast, those are all synonyms, wrap for you that is inspired by a restaurant that Ben and I just went to the other day called Curry Zen. I had a salad at the beginning of the meal that they told me had a vegan dressing, which in all of my research to develop this recipe, I'm 90% sure that dressing I had there was not vegan, but I'm here to save the day and save you all from a similar experience. And I'm going to show you how to make this amazing sesame style creamy dressing. And I'm going to be using this dressing to make a delicious wrap with some baked tofu, I think. You can pretty much use any protein, but I don't know. Let's get started on the sauce, the dressing. Yeah. As with everything I do on this channel, it's going to be sauced up in this NutriBullet. And the base of this dressing is 1 block of firm silken tofu. Now, the recipe that you'll see online calls for a half one of these. It's a half recipe. I'm just doubling it today because we really like this dish and love having this dressing around. So there's 1 full block of the Morinu silken firm tofu. To that, I'm going to be adding 4 dates. These are already pitted. Again, the original recipe that you'll see online, which will be linked below, will only have 2 of them, but this is a double. And I have things kind of scattered and messy. Normally I like to pre-measure things for you, but I kind of wanted to show you just really how quickly this comes together. So another star ingredient here besides the dates, which are kind of our sugar substitute, here is going to be this tahini. Now it is a sesame dressing, so the tahini is going to give us that sesame flavor. And for this I need 2 tablespoons. And you can be a little bit generous with this. I love tahini. There we go. Now I probably should have thought this out a little bit better and done the dry ingredients in here first, but that's fine. I do need some nutritional yeast, which I have here. This is just going to add a bit of a savory flavor. And I'm going to need 2 tablespoons of this as well. And I'm just gonna eyeball that. That looks like 2. All right, I need some Bragg's liquid amino. This is sort of our soy sauce for the dish. And if you see me struggling here, I'm trying to get the recipe off of my phone, which is where I store most of my recipes. All right, so the Bragg's liquid aminos, I also need 2 tablespoons of this. There we go. And I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. There we go. The last thing, which is optional, if you wanted to leave this oil-free, you didn't have to add this, but I'm just gonna add a few dashes of sesame oil. It really brings out that sesame flavor. Little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and that's it. I'm gonna throw the lid on and we'll blend it up. All right, it's been going for quite a while. You really just want to make sure that you have a high enough speed blender that it's going to blend up those dates nicely. You might have to soak your dates if they're a little bit too firm, too hard, but mine were really soft. For some reason, this package I got, they were already pitted and they were just super duper soft. So, let's clean off my blade here. And I just want to give this a bit of a taste. Beautiful texture. It's amazing. I remember when we had this the other night at this restaurant, it was just like, I hadn't eaten in a long time and I just took a bite of the salad and it was just like, bam, it's got this strong sesame flavor and the sweetness and the saltiness. It's just like perfectly balanced. And I remember just tasting that and thinking like, you know what? I'm gonna do a similar recipe for my video on Monday. And just look at me now. So, all right, well, this dressing is done. I'm gonna straighten things up and then we'll get started with the other ingredients that are gonna go into this wrap. The inside of this wrap is pretty much just going to be a salad, and for that I have some beautiful green leaf lettuce here, which I've already chopped up and spun, and then I'm going to just grate some carrots. And I'm going to be making 2 wraps today. I'd say you need about half of a carrot to a whole carrot per wrap. It adds just a really nice sweetness and texture to the wrap. So I'm grating up 2 kind of small carrots here with my box grater. All right, we're gonna call that good. All right, so my carrot is all grated here, and I'm just gonna add a few handfuls of lettuce. Again, I'm gonna be making 2 of these wraps today. If you didn't wanna wrap it, just go ahead and eat it as a salad. It's amazing as it is. As I said earlier, you can kind of add any type of protein that you want into it. It's up to you. I'm just gonna go ahead and use all of this. I've been really obsessed with green leaf lettuce lately. It's like my favorite lettuce. It's just has such great flavor on its own. All right, so I'm just gonna add a bunch of the dressing here. We'll see if that's enough. I also have some onions that I pre-chopped. Not that many. I probably should add some more, but this is what I had on hand. Didn't feel like cutting any more up, so there we go. All right, I'm just gonna toss this with some tongs, and then we're pretty much ready to start assembling once we get our tofu cut up. For the wraps, I'm going to be using this lavash or lavash bread from Trader Joe's. And you can see they're just like really big, nice, long, square tortillas. They make beautiful wraps. Also from Trader Joe's, but you can get a bunch of different places, is this, brain fart here, is a sriracha baked tofu. And this is the same stuff that I used in my sushi video, the crab sushi video. I'll link that above here. And as you can see, this recipe is just super duper simple and easy. It's taken maybe like 3 steps to do it. You make the sauce, you toss the sauce with the lettuce, cut up some tofu. Last night when we made these, we actually used a Sprouts chicken patty and cut that up, and that was really good. You can use not baked tofu, you could grill up tofu, you could use tempeh, anything, just so long as you make this incredible salad dressing. So here is the lavash wrap, and I'm just going to add generous helping of this lettuce in here. All right, and I'm going to top that with just a few pieces of this baked tofu. It's probably pretty good. Have a half of an avocado here from last night's dinner, so just gonna add some of that on here also. If you wanted to add some tomatoes, it'd be really good. Pretty much anything you want. I'm actually gonna add a little bit of sriracha to the top of this also, just because it adds a nice little bit of heat and flavor. Sriracha it up. Now let's just roll it up, kind of like a sushi roll. You want it to be fairly tight. If you didn't have this kind of bread or didn't have access to it, obviously just a tortilla would work. Or like I said before, just go ahead and use it as a salad. You don't even have to wrap it up. Let's go ahead and cut it. And let's see how it looks. Beautiful. So the glamour shots are all finished. It's time for me to dig in. I'm really excited for this. It's something that was, again, like inspired by a dish that I had very recently, and it's so cool to be able to just like Google some things, swap out a bunch of ingredients. I wanted to make this a lot healthier. A lot of the recipes I found had mayo. Obviously, if you wanted to use mayo instead of the tofu, you could, but it just makes it a lot healthier, a lot less calories if you're concerned about that. But yeah, so I'm gonna give this a taste. I'm so excited. Oh my God. Am I covered in dressing? I feel like it. This thing is insane. The flavors are just over the top, and considering it's just basically like tofu and some carrots, it just feels like there's so much happening with this, and I love that wrap. The lavash bread is just so perfect for this, and it feels just like bigger and heartier than just a basic tortilla. So I hope you give this a try. Again, if you don't wrap it, just go ahead and make yourself a salad. I've been eating salad with these dressings for the past couple days while I tested this out. I'm still obsessed with it. So give it a try, please. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet already. Watch that sushi video that uses this baked sriracha tofu. It's next level. It's probably one of the most popular videos on my channel. So yeah, watch it if you haven't. Share this video if you like it. Yeah, give it a thumbs up if I didn't say that already. I will be back next week with another recipe video. If you have any ideas for videos or recipes that you want to see, anything you want to see veganized, let me know, comment down below. And that's it. I'm gonna finish my wrap. I will see you next week, and yeah, have a great one.